Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Alright, so I know it's been a month since I posted my last video and I do apologize about that. I wanted to do an update my first week of school, and I wanted to share with you guys all about my first impression of how school was going and what I thought. And unfortunately I got really sick, like so sick. So I basically just did nothing that entire first weekend. And then the kids started school the next week, and it's just been crazy around here. But school is going great. I am loving it. I'm loving the people I'm with. I'm loving what I'm learning. I love it. So I think I'm going to try to do like a whole video regarding going to school for being for esthetician, and you know what I think about it, and kind of some surprising things that I didn't realize. So if you guys want me to do a whole video on that, or if you have any questions, let me know below. Maybe I can answer some things, because I watched so many videos before I went to school to try to kind of give me like a jump start on what to expect. So I think that would be definitely helpful. But in today's video, I want to share with you guys my Tiffany & Company collection. So I don't have a massive collection, but I have been collecting for about 16 years. So I do have a good amount. I have like a lot of the well-known pieces. I feel like most people would know these pieces. And I think Tiffany is a phenomenal jewelry to invest in. You know, sterling silver. I just know it's going to be some stuff that stays with me for my entire life. So anyways, let's just jump right in and get started. If you guys have any questions, let me know, and I will try to link everything that I talk about down below. My very first piece is this large heart tag bracelet. It's the Return to Tiffany, and this actually has my initials. I don't know if you can even see that. This bracelet is so worn and scratched, and it's definitely got character, but I actually love that. Like, I know most people would be, you know, like, oh my gosh, it's so scratched up, but this piece, I didn't take off this piece for like 5 years. I wore this all the time, everywhere. This was like the only jewelry piece that I wore with my watch, you know. This is like the only bracelet that I had at the time. I absolutely loved it. And when my husband purchased it for me, we did not have a Tiffany in my city. He purchased it online, and basically the operator, you know, let him know like this is about to get discontinued. A lot of times they retire pieces, and I know for a good, I want to say like 10 years after I got it, you couldn't get this piece anymore. It was retired, but I think they have since brought it back, and I don't know if it's been retired again. I know some things get retired and then that's it, like they don't make them anymore, but I think you can still get this. But I just loved it. I loved the massive heart. Like, that just was such a statement piece for me. I love it. So my next piece I got a couple of years later, I wanted the matching necklace. So I ended up getting this is the toggle and the heart toggle necklace. Now my heart does not say Return to Tiffany. It's just the plain heart. But around the toggle, it does say Tiffany & Company. And I actually had this necklace changed. So the toggle usually comes right beside the heart, sits right beside the heart, but my toggle kept flipping over. And when I took it into Tiffany, I said, you know, I don't wear this piece nearly as much as I should. Let's see, I just took this into Tiffany's like 2 years ago and had them fix it. I barely have any scratches or anything on my necklace. Like, it's hardly been worn, because it drove me insane. And the sales associate said, you know, I don't know if they'll do that, because a lot of times Tiffany does not want to modify their designs. She's like, so I'll, you know, send it in, and then if they can't do it, I'll let you know. but they didn't have any issue with it. And when I got it back, she actually told me, she's like, well, this is actually a design flaw. Your silver is way too heavy. And if you actually buy this necklace now, the toggle is a lot thinner, and this whole entire necklace, I feel like, is not as heavy. This is one of the heaviest silver pieces that, I mean, this is like a lot of silver, super heavy. And I know that at the time, you know, now when you buy this, it's probably doubled in price. I feel like at the time, I think it was like $275 when my husband purchased it. And this is probably close to like $500 now. And you probably get less silver now, but, which kind of stinks. But again, it doesn't flip over like mine did. So I've probably worn this more in the last couple of years since them switching it around than I did the entire time that I've had it, because I hated the way it would always like flip over. So, all right, my next piece is actually the silver ball bead bracelet. And this makes a fabulous layering piece with like any of the chains that you that like all of the toggle and the links. It just looks so good with it. Now this was a total surprise because right before I got this, my the city that I live, the Tiffany finally got put in here in our town center, and right before that, my first bracelet actually broke, and my lobster clasp completely broke. Thankfully, it was on my arm when I noticed that it had broken, and they told me I could send it in. You know, if I wanted to, I could mail it in, since I didn't have a Tiffany in my city at that time, but I was just too paranoid to do that. I was like, I'm not risking this getting lost in the mail. I would never forgive myself. So we held on to it until the Tiffany actually was built here. And unbeknownst to me, my husband snuck this out of my jewelry box because like I stopped wearing it once it broke. He snuck it out of my jewelry box and took it in to get fixed. And so he gave it back to me as like a Christmas present. It was the same year that the Tiffany's came here in where I live. And I thought this was my Christmas present. I was so excited to have this bracelet back because, again, I had worn this nonstop for like 5 years. But then he up and surprised me and got me this bracelet too. And I was ecstatic. Like I said, I did not expect that. And for the longest time, these two were like, I just love wearing these two pieces together. I think it's just such a chunky, like if you love chunky bracelets and you love like the arm stacks and stuff like that, like you just can't beat that. I just love wearing this so much. So yeah, I was so excited. I did not expect that. And it was so long ago that happened, but sometimes it just feels like yesterday, you know what I mean? But yeah, I love that so much. I was so excited. All right, so my next piece is a very dainty necklace. I think this was my, like there are a few pieces I remember in order. After this one, I don't really remember, but I think this was my next piece. So this is the M disc, and this is like a teeny little disc, and I actually got this for my anniversary. Can't really remember what anniversary it was. If I really sat and thought, I could probably remember. But this piece is just such a beautiful, delicate piece. And it's kind of funny because when I was thinking back, I was like, why would I get like my initial for our anniversary? I still don't really know why. I just know it was just, I had been wanting it for a while, and my husband was like, you know, he kind of surprised me. We were going out to dinner at the town center, and I loved it. And again, this was a piece that I wore every day. I did not take it off probably for like 3 or 4 years. I just wore the heck out of it. And it's just so small and dainty. I just absolutely love it. And it was between this and the actual M charm that Tiffany sells, and I actually put the M charm on, and I just didn't care for it. So when I put this on and when I saw this, like, I knew that was the one I wanted. So I love that so much. All right, my next piece are my silver bead earrings, my silver ball earrings. I love these earrings, and these are actually a replacement set because I lost my first pair in Disney World. Still salty about it. I went to Disney World on we were at a conference with my praise team, and we went to the Night of Joy, and I don't know what possessed me to wear my Tiffany earrings. I think it was just because I literally wore them all the time that I didn't think anything about it. And it was like halfway through being in Disney, I realized that they were gone. They were both completely gone. And I was in shock. Like, I really thought I was going to get them back. I called Disney World every day for like 10 days. And we walked around, and I was never going to find them. I don't know what I was thinking. I was literally in shock, and I was so sad, because these were, I think, a Mother's Day gift one year, and I was just like heartbroken. You guys, I haven't lost a whole lot of jewelry in my life, but that was definitely very, very, very sad. And what had happened was the backs do get loose. So if you notice that your backs of your earrings are ever kind of getting loose, you can go in, they can give you new backs or tighten them, I think she said. But mine were getting loose, and I remember a few times kind of like adjusting them, feeling that they were loose. But yeah, I was just mortified. So a couple of years ago, he surprised me and got me another set, because these were, again, pieces that I wore all the time, like staple pieces. I never ever took them out. I loved wearing these earrings so much. So I'm so happy to have them back. I think that they're definitely classic pieces. You can't go wrong with any of like the silver ball pieces. I think they're just beautiful and timeless, and I love them. All right, so that's part one of my Tiffany & Company collection, and I will post part two because I only have 15 minutes, and yeah, it's taken me too long. So I'll see you for part two very soon.